Good morning. This is the Great Basin Smoke Dispersion Briefing for Friday, March 20th. Looking at precipitation for the past 7 days, quite a wet period across much of the Great Basin, mostly across the southern third and the northern third, where you see those green to yellow shades, anywhere from a ½ inch to 1.5 inches of precipitation. A bit of a drier tongue towards the central portion of the Great Basin. Looking at percent of normal precipitation for the past week, again, those above normal purples, anywhere from 200 to 600% of normal. Vegas all the way up through most of the Wasatch and Uintas. A bit of a drier tongue across northwest Utah and much of Nevada, and then far northeast Nevada through parts of Idaho and western Wyoming, again wetter than normal. So kind of a mosaic. Snowfall the past 7 days, yellow shades anywhere from 6 to 12 inches, locally higher amounts across the mountains of just about all of our areas as far as you can see, including the Sierra front and the Wasatch, Uintas, Wyoming, central Idaho mountains. On the right-hand side, snowpack really has made a comeback. 3 to 5 feet of snow across the Sierra front, and some of these lighter blue shades here indicates anywhere from about 3 to 8 inches of snow across some of the middle elevations below 6,000 feet. So we are seeing that snow kind of return a little bit, wet weather in the lowest elevations, and that has taken its toll on our fuels. 100-hour fuels have soaked down quite a bit through here, the dark green above 30%. Just a few drier pockets across central Nevada where they missed the steadiest precipitation. 1,000-hour fuels also have come up most areas in the green shades, 16 to 20%. Again, drier pockets across parts of western and central Nevada. Satellite imagery shows a triple barrel low pressure system, one small core here over central Nevada, a little one here off the southern California coast, and another one here off the Pacific Northwest, and all three will continue to rotate periods of clouds and moisture into the region over the next 7 days, but also keeping the atmosphere fairly unstable, so no real strong areas of stagnation. So this afternoon's map shows that low pressure area, kind of the one main low well offshore, one over Reno, pumping in moisture. We see those areas in the green. That's where showery precipitation will occur. Ventilation overall pretty good. No real significant areas in the purple. Maybe some parts of far eastern Idaho, but areas in the white to yellow shades indicates pretty good dispersion. Red is kind of borderline. You can see on the transport winds on the left, very light winds across parts of central Nevada, where you see the purple into parts of Idaho and western Wyoming. Stronger wind gusts coming out of the southwest in those green and orange shades, anywhere from 20 to 30 miles per hour. On the mixing heights, areas in yellow to orange and red indicate increasingly good vertical mixing. Now we look at Saturday, the map looks almost unchanged. Deep low pressure well off the California coast, but still in a trophy pattern. Lots of residual moisture in the green where spotty showers could occur. Again, similar on the dispersion front, no real bad areas, but the best dispersion seems to be areas further to the east. Light transport winds across most areas, so most of that mixing will come from what's on the right-hand side of the map, that vertical mixing, which is several thousand feet above ground level in the areas of yellow to orange. You can see the key here on the right-hand side. So we go into Sunday, that low pressure starts moving onshore across Southern California into parts of Nevada. Another low dropping down here from British Columbia. So still in the vicinity of low pressure, good vertical mix, good overall mixing. Most of it will be on the vertical side again. Transport winds aren't the strongest, except up here in western Wyoming, where they could be quite gusty. Vertical mixing, excellent, several thousand feet above ground level in most areas. The Utah Clearing Index, worst areas in the purple to blue, best areas of mixing in the orange to red. You can see today will be the best day. Goes down a little bit on Saturday, comes back up a little bit more on Sunday. Again, still overall not bad for this time of year. Precipitation over the next 3 days, you can see some light amounts, usually less than a quarter inch. Across areas dotted in green. See the heavier moisture starting to move onshore across the central California coast. Now we go into next week. On Monday, the northern low pressure now drops down, becomes the main focus as it brings precipitation across steadiest across Idaho and Wyoming, and a little bit less into parts of northern Nevada and Utah. Excellent overall dispersion on the right-hand side. Now that low drops its moisture further south on Tuesday. Again, excellent dispersion. Continues to drop further south on Wednesday. So cloudy, wet weather, and occasional precipitation will continue, and even into Thursday, that moisture lags into our southern areas, drying out across most of the northern part of the Great Basin, but more moisture pushing in from the Pacific Northwest. Vertical mixing excellent. Notice the transport winds by Thursday coming more out of a northwest to northerly direction. Our precipitation accumulation days 4 and 5 quite heavy in the higher terrain of Idaho and especially across northern Utah. This will be the last waves of precipitation for the rest of the week. If we look at the 8 to 14, the outlook, the same pattern continues. Below normal temperatures and above normal precipitation chances. So after so much dry weather for January and February across parts of the Great Basin, it looks like kind of a miracle March, returning with wetness and a deepening of the snowpack most likely. This concludes our briefing. We'll continue broadcasting on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays through our quarantine period, and as we get into early April and the possibilities of more widespread prescribed burning do appear, continue to use this as guidance. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next week.